Is this a Asian on Asian crime situation that we're looking here? I'm just telling you what I'm hearing from the community. And obviously we know it's more than that. But again, right now, what I'm trying to do is inform our community about what's taking place. Would that be an accurate statement when it comes to violent home burglaries?
I'll go. Do you want me, Connie, to go ahead and get the background on this? Actually, I think a lot of us who've been
Can
here
you
for
talk into the mic, please?
a lot of us who've been here for a long time. You all probably remember when Mamie Louie was killed, and there was a lot of that. That was the whole Waubee massacre and all these other things, right? So a lot of us became more aware about the home invasions. And I know even my family, we had Asian American young kids come up to my mom, and she had started to have dementia, and she always opened the door for people. And so it had been characterized for many years, back in the 1980s, 1990s, as an Asian on Asian group. In fact, there were some gangs, the I-5 gang, the BTK gang, they all were seen as people who did Asian on Asian crime. However, that is no longer as much the case. And I think that it's unfortunate. We all know a lot of crime spreads, and I think with the hate that's been going on, it's definitely changed. But a lot of times on television, I think we put together the Solidarity Conference, and part of it was because there was a lot of race baiting going on. And a lot of the race baiting that was going on were some people, not from South Seattle, but there was actually someone knocking on doors and asking people, Asian Americans, are you scared when you see Black teenagers coming up? And I was so stunned. I was so angry. So anyway, I told him I lived here almost all my life since I immigrated from Hong Kong. I said, we have never been like that. I said, South Seattle has always been a place where African Americans, Asian Americans, and BIPOC people, everybody got along. I mean, we have some issues, but it's not racialized like that. And I said, for you to go around asking that, I said, you ask me, I'm afraid a lot of kids nowadays. Doesn't matter about race. And I said, how dare you go ahead and instigate that kind of hatred, that kind of fear as an Asian American, not from our area. And so this is why we did this in the afternoon on Sunday. That's when I had my argument with him. And the very next day, on Monday, we got together and a lot of people came out, even though it was a work day. And I think that kind of shows our community. Now, going back to whether or not it's Asian and Asian, definitely there's a lot of Asian and Asian crime. There's a lot of Black on Black crime. There's a lot of white on white crime. And what I was telling him I didn't like is the fact that there's a lot of intersections in South Seattle in big cities. They also have cameras. The cameras catch it when it's African American or Asian or somebody else and someone else. I said, but you're exaggerating it because national crime statistics show it's mostly white. Now, of course, it's more white people. That could be the reason too. And I said, and in terms of reportage, I said, part of it is I think we encourage more people to report now than we used to, but it doesn't mean the crime is not there. And, I know there's been 70 incidents so far in Seattle just this year, but that's against Asians. That's the second largest. The biggest one is still African American. And I told them they're calling it like Beacon Hill invasions. I said, most of it is Rainier Valley. I said, definitely Beacon Hill is there, but it worries me that you're normalizing that this should happen in Rainier Valley or some other place. And that it's only unusual because it's Beacon Hill. And I said, I wish you all would stop pitting us against each other. And I think that's the whole thing. Asian on Asian definitely is there. But the main thing is it's crime. People who have a lot of different reasons why they turn to crime. And it sounds like it's all the same people. So I also don't like it. They make it look like it's a lot of teenagers. It wasn't. Even the one with Mamie Louie and the Waubee massacre, it was a set of people. And so that's why I don't like the Asian on Asian. It's few Asians, a few African Americans, a few whoever. And I don't like it, the mischaracterization. But anyway, Tanya, go ahead.